Kia ora team, Pete Hodkinson here, otherwise affectionately known as That Random Broccoli Guy, here at Manawa BJJ, that's Queenstown_Jiu-Jitsu on Instagram, or if you're looking for me directly, Gentle Arts NZ. What I'm going to do today is a bit of a technical breakdown of the last week's worth of content in the gym. It's just intended as a kind of revision mechanism for members of the club, but thought it might also be useful for some of you out there that are looking at similar concepts, so let's dive right in. What we looked at during this week was over-under passing. As a way of getting into that, we looked at this hip control passing drill. First of all, I get control of my opponent's knee using an inside C grip. Then my other hand goes to the far side of their body between their hip and their rib cage. And I use my two hands and my elbow to turn their body away from me. And then, and we're going to look at this in greater detail, we look to cement the pass by moving into a top pin. So now getting into the actual over-under passing, anticipating getting caught in a half guard, I'm going to get an underhook grip on the far leg, an overhook grip on the near side leg, pinch my knees lifting my hips up, walk them back to center and step my leg out, looking to secure the pin. We're going to see this from a few different angles. So here, notice I lock in an underhook grip, separating his legs, overhook grip on the near side leg, hips come up, and I walk him back to center in order to allow me to step my leg out of danger of getting caught in that half guard. Then I look to secure my top pin. So sometimes what will happen when we go into this position is our opponent will cross their feet. Instead of trying to continue with my over-under pass, I'm just going to take my right hand out of between his legs and start looking to cement an underhook on the far side, a crossface on the near side, and then I can move up chest to chest, stapling his near side leg, bring my right knee out into a knee cut. There are other options where I can bring my knee to the outside straight into mount, but here we're focusing on the knee cut as an option. So stapling the leg, knee cutting out, chest to chest. Once again, from a different angle, I'm not going to bother trying to fight for my over-under pass here, just going to look to go chest to chest, staple the leg, and use my free leg on my other side to kick my foot free. So we had some Q&A as well. What happens if my opponent tries to drive their leg down blocking the pass? Well, I reach over the top of both his leg and his neck and use my head to drive in and move around towards north-south on the near side. If they do the opposite and try and high leg over, I can do the same thing, but ducking under the leg and spinning around to the back for a cradle from behind. Now we're going to look at some more detail, because we had a lot of questions of what happens if when I'm trying to reach up for this crossface underhook position, as we see here, my opponent instead blocks my arm from coming through over the top. So as I reach inside the bicep, he blocks the bicep and tries to prevent me. Instead, I reach over the top, over the far side, scoop grip under his leg, and I can look to long step and again move to north-south. So here we can see he's crossing his legs, cramping me up. Like I said, I'm not going to try and follow through with my over-under pass. Instead, try to reach high. He blocks my arm, so I reach over his head and his far side arm, switching my base as I go through. Now, what happens if I don't have access to that far side? I can use this drawing up of his arm to fold my leg back in under his arm on the far side. So we're going to see that from another angle here. OCD requiring me to pull my opponent back to the middle of the logo. So I get my underhook, he won't let me through, but I reach under his arm after drawing his arms up. Back step and look to secure the pass to north-south. Another question that came up, what happens if my opponent grabs my near side leg while I'm trying to pass? Well, first of all, we want to try and move quickly enough, not hanging around so he doesn't have time to actually grab that leg. But then if he does grab the leg, what we want to do is grab a cross-face grip around his neck, still move to the underhook on the far side, and then using that cross-face, I can push my leg away, breaking his grip, and then move straight through into mount. So once again, he grabs, I get the neck, and push through into mount, and then I can look to other positions like taking the back. One of the other questions was, can we have a submission, please? So along the way, one of the other things that happens is your opponent may stop your leg from backstepping out of the final part of the pass. So instead, we're going to triangle our legs, slide our knees to the ground and walk them back. And we're going to get a knee bar called the dog bar on the way out of the pass. So I try and reach over. He's got a sticky hook on my leg, so I triangle my legs, drop my knees to the mat, sliding them back, and then press my hips down into his. So there you have it, guys. First installment done and dusted. If you do want more content, make sure you like and subscribe and help us grow the channel. Jump across on Instagram and give us both a follow at Queenstown_Jiu-Jitsu and Gentle Arts NZ, and we'll hopefully see you again sometime soon. Chea, eat your broccoli.